It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, it'll be the San Antonio Spurs up against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Looking at Minnesota, playing under 500 basketball over the last 10 games. They can do better, and they'll try to get on the winning side tonight. And tonight, we'll get a look at former #1 overall pick Andrew Wiggins. Great size and athleticism. Kenny, in your mind, will he ever be a superstar?
Oh, well, it's a chance. We know he could score. His defensive intensity hasn't always been up there, and I think if he improves his ball handling skills, that will take him over the top.
You know, he's got to do more than one thing to be a superstar in this league. I think he has the tools to be great, but does he have the will?
Ooh, very interesting question. Very deep, Shaq.
Very deep.
Yeah. Anyway, now with the tip-off coming up shortly, it's time to send it to Kevin Harlan for the call.
Let's meet the visiting team, Minnesota Timberwolves. At center, Gorgie Dang. At power forward, Taj Gibson. At point guard, Jeff Teague. At the other forward position, Andrew Wiggins. At the other guard position, Jimmy Butler. The head coach of the visiting team is Tom Thibodeau.
Position 6 feet 10 inches, number 42, Dallas Bertans. In the middle, at 7 foot 0 inches, number 16, Pau Gasol. At the point, 6 feet 1 inches, number 17, Eric Bledsoe. The other forward, standing 6 foot 8, number 22, Chris Middleton. At the other guard position, 6 feet 7 inches, number 10, DeMar DeRozan. Your head coach is Greg Popovich. Once again, your San Antonio Spurs.
This is 2K Sports broadcasting from San Antonio as the Spurs take it to the hardwood here at the AT&T Center. Along with Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and our sideline reporter David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Looking at San Antonio, they took the win in their last game against the Magic in Orlando.
I tell you what, how efficient they were at scoring the basketball, especially for an away game, that was impressive.
Yeah, it was almost robotic, Greg, in this one. They filtered out all the noise and came in razor-sharp precision on the offensive end.
And it's going to be the Spurs off the tip. And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. Teague runs the point with Butler at his side. They're the backcourt. Wiggins at small forward with Gibson at the 4. And it's Jang in at the 5. You can see it all over the league. Injuries, Brent, beginning to affect some teams, but it's hard to pay your stars and maintain a deep bench all under the salary cap. It's a very difficult dance to do.
This is why sitting next to you as a broadcaster is a really less stressful thing to do, rather than be a general manager in the league.
Yeah.
So hard to make.
But you could be a general manager in this league.
Maybe at some point, Kevin, but right now I'm enjoying this seat with you. And I'm wondering how it is that some of these teams can get creative with cap analytics guys and their strategy, how much they want to press forward, given some of the restrictions of what you can do with your roster. But we know the more players you have that can step in and be ready, these deeper teams during the regular season usually pile up a few more wins than those that don't have that approach.
First free throw is good. And you look at Jeff Teague, now with a decade in the league out of Wake Forest. Greg, what does he bring to the table aside from the fact that he's been in the playoffs every single year of his career?
Yeah, I mean, he's an explosive slasher and really has grown as a playmaker. Not a star, but a quality starting point guard.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
And Teague can be a knockdown shooter, especially from the free throw line.
And so it's Bledsoe with it, bringing it up for the San Antonio Spurs. Last time they met was in Minnesota, where they beat the Timberwolves.
And always tough on the road, but that attack mindset that they brought offensively, I really felt like that set them apart.
Yeah, sometimes when you're pushing the action, you can see some great teamwork, and then all of a sudden the individuals on your team can take over. All of that here tonight.
Now the Timberwolves with it. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, Tom Thibodeau had a few minutes to share. Been a pretty even matchup this season with each team winning one game. So what's the key tonight as they try to take the advantage? He said in a word, defense. They can score with anybody, and we can score too, but we can't get into a shootout with these guys. We have to slow it down and make this a slugfest. We'll see if that strategy pays off tonight with a win. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David. So knowing the kind of offensive team they're up against, they're coming in with the attitude they cannot let them get comfortable early.
Yeah, that's right. On D, they've got to come out with full intensity. Start slow, and they might find themselves with a big hole to dig out of.
Seems like Coach has made that crystal clear for them tonight. He's got them ready to play some very aggressive defense in this one.
Here's Gasol, following the basket by Andrew Wiggins. And another turnover here by San Antonio. Teague with the ball. He picked up 15 points in their last win against Detroit.
Felt like he had a sense in that game that the defense was being over-aggressive, and he tried to take advantage of that. He continually frustrated them throughout the night and got to the free throw line.
Butler, no good.
And pulled out all the stops to fight his way inside, but the D just was not giving in.
Middleton right now staying aware of where his teammates are and hitting them when they're open.
If you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Teague with the ball, now guarded by Bledsoe. Teague kicks to Gibson. Outside Butler. A three-pointer, Wiggins. Bertans grabs the board.
Man, that's a clean shot, too. You got to sink those. He must be disappointed that he blew that chance.
DeRozan passes to Gasol. To the inside. Spurs working the ball around now. Shot clock at 5. Here's DeRozan. That misses off the backboard.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
That was like a morning paper for Jeff Teague. Makes a great read and swings the ball around for a clean look at the bucket.
Bledsoe finds DeRozan. Now, here's Gasol. Passes it to Bertans. Outside for Bledsoe. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. Bledsoe's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Wiggins, right side, over Middleton. Great D that time from Middleton. And so it's Bledsoe. He brings it up for the Spurs. Pass to Middleton. Now here's Gasol, covered by Wiggins. Bledsoe kicks to Bertans. Back to Bledsoe. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Bledsoe's got his second basket of the night.
Bledsoe likes to get to the interior. That time, a good job getting near the bucket to score.
Bledsoe against T. Here's Wiggins, and it's good from the elbow. Wiggins has got 7 points.
And this quarter has been all about him. You feel every shot he's going to take is going in.
Bledsoe passes to Middleton. Feeds it to Gasol. Lays it up and banks it in.
Gasol is an accomplished scorer on the inside. Tall, long, crafty, smart. Should I go on?
Now here's Teague. He's making his presence felt offensively with his scoring average up there at almost 13 points a game. Brent, for as long as Coach Popovich has been at the top of this game, what really is there left to say?
I don't think there's much more you say on a professional level, but there's a lot to be said about the compassion and the things that Pop has done on a personal level for years behind the scenes, championing guys on his staff, supporting not only current players but former players on his team. The interesting thing for Pop the last couple of years is just how outspoken he's been in terms of the equality, not just around the NBA, but around our nation, and some of the statements he's made that have garnered a lot of political attention. Greg Popovich not afraid to express some of the things that maybe deep down we all believe in.
A moment here to see the stats for Butler. He's been dominant over the last month. 4th in steals, 8th in scoring, and how about his top 10 ranking and free throw percentage? A knockdown shooter, ultra reliable from the line.
And back to what you said, top 5 in steals this year. Quick hands and great anticipation. Now here's Bledsoe. Jeff Teague unable to get his shot to go. Middleton looking it over. Kicks to Gasol. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
And Pau Gasol really on the tail end of what has been a Hall of Fame career. He's a 2-time champion, international star, nothing left to prove, but still manages to put up points with his sharp approach to the game.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. And with Pau Gasol, even after almost 2 decades in the league, Greg, he is still a very effective player.
You know, Pau just never seems to get credit for how smart a player he is. When he makes a play on offense, he knows exactly how a defense will react, what will open up, and what the best options are. Kobe knows just how great a teammate Gasol is, and Gasol's knowledge of the game really on an elite level.
I'll throw in the obligatory 2-time champion, a remarkable big man, Pau Gasol, who continues to add to his career.
Rose kicks to Zhang. Back to Rose. Knocks it loose. Tolliver for 3. Rebound San Antonio.
And a really smart defender there. He just reads the play, wastes no time trying to blow it up.
And what I like best is that he does it completely under control. Really gives the shooter nowhere to turn to.
Bledsoe finds DeRozan. Gasol against Zhang. Gasol passes to Pirtle. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. While we have a break, we can see which teams have made the most of their second chance opportunities over the last 10 games. The Timberwolves, number 1.
Really something to see. Their effort on the offensive glass has just led to so many second chance opportunities.
And the foul on Eric Bledsoe. That's foul number 2 for him.
Already his second foul. He's in danger of getting into serious foul trouble early in this game.
Mills, he's checked in for Eric Bledsoe. And Minnesota has possession. They trail by 7. Okogie. They get it back. Nunley. Will it go? And it's blocked.
And you got to give appreciation to how Pirtle punishes shooters. A dynamite shot blocker with impeccable timing.
Good on the shot.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Here is Tolliver. He's coming off a 10-point game against Detroit. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the points from that missed shot.
Yeah, and those second chance points can add up. Now, here's Bellinelli. They lead by 7. The pass to Mills. Back to Bellinelli. Clock at 6. Rebound by Jang.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Okogie. Bellinelli is covering. Fires from 18. That one goes. Count it. Now just a 5-point Spurs lead.
Yeah, not a good idea to leave him alone. He'll make you pay for that mid-range.
He dishes it to Mills. He kicks it to DeRozan. On the wing, Bellinelli. No good on the shot. And Minnesota now the other way. Here's Nunley. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Out quickly, then the beautiful execution. You can't do it any better.
Well, there's running the floor, and then there's running the floor with purpose, and I love the energy on this play.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
San Antonio making a switch here. Walker's checked in. Brent, we have bigs playing a different kind of game in the NBA now.
Yeah, it feels like skill is taking over, and even last year in the playoffs, so much talk for us about the idea of not being able to play a big center, right? Not being able to play a post-up center or a rim-protecting center. These players have to be mobile. They have to be able to set screens and roll down the lane, and they have to be able to switch out, most importantly, defensively to guard the most talented scorers in the league. So the center position is now becoming a more skilled position where teams take their best 4-man and slide them down to the 5, a la Draymond Green or sometimes Giannis with Milwaukee, to make sure that they can make the most impact while they're on the floor.
Good examples. Here's Mills. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
The guy who doesn't love the contact inside, Mills taking it up strong.
And here's Rose. No points in the game yet for him. Now Jang. High arcing shot. He lays it in.
That floater is a thing of beauty, effective when it's used the right way.
And it's Walker with the ball, bringing it up for the Spurs. Pass to Mills. Kicks to Bellinelli. The Spurs need to get a shot off here. Walker's shot is off. Looking at Minnesota, they took the win in their last game against Detroit.
And I know the defense wasn't great, but yet and still, their ability to stay composed was impressive.
Well, it led to a big scoring effort, taking advantage of every weakness. So any possession the defense wasn't aggressive on, they were on the offensive end.
And Patrick Mills gets that whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Tyus Jones, he's checked in for Derrick Rose. We've got 1:23 left to play in the first quarter. Okogie, guarded by Walker. That gives them the lead. He has 5. 1:10 left here in the first quarter. And Mills kicks to Gasol. On the wing, Bellinelli. Back to Gasol. Shot clock at 5. Mills, that's a 2-pointer. And the shot falls short this time. Minnesota's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Nunley passes to Tolliver. Off target from three-point range.
Well, it's like the defense has a bunch of matchbooks in their hands right now, playing with fire. They were fortunate that somehow he misfired on that one.
Now here's Mills, defended by Jones. Walker looking for an opening. And here's Mills for three. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Teardrop shot. He gets that one. And he drains the three, but let's see, they may need to review it. I'm not sure the ball was out of his hand in time. And it looks like they are going to review the play. The question, did he get the basket off in time?
Yeah, and at this point in the game, you know, some might say, hey, can't we just skip the replay this time around? But you just never know.
They're going to switch the call. There is no doubt, and looking at the replay, that he got it off in time.
Well, it's good they decided to take another look at it. I know some folks don't like how replay slows the game down and interrupts the flow, but when you have it there, you got to use it.
Tie game in San Antonio. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. DeMar DeRozan last season opened up about his battles with depression, hoping to have a positive impact on others.
A lot of people ashamed to talk about it. Even myself, for a long period of time, people wonder why I was such a quiet guy, and that was part of it, not wanting to speak out about it, not wanting other people to know exactly what I was going through. But you get to a certain age where you feel like it's all about helping others. It's not about you just being a selfish person about the things you're going through. Other people going through stuff as well.
Yep, you love the honesty and the bravery to step forward and tell his emotional story.
Yeah, he opened a dialogue. Kevin Love following his lead to talk about anxiety. Athletes as public figures can have a broader impact than just entertaining, and we see it over and over again.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And guys, what's your take on the Spurs so far?
They've gotten that perimeter game going in that first, and for me, that was the difference.
The new era of NBA basketball, playing outside in. We'll see if they can take advantage of that moving forward.
They've got Bellinelli, Mills out there with Pirtle, and it's Walker in at the shooting guard. That's the San Antonio 5. Brett, of course, you won a championship with the Spurs back in 2005 and 2007. Talk about the differences between those two teams.
Well, the similarities are more what I would go with, Kevin. 2005, it was a year where we leaned on Timmy a ton to beat a very physical, rough and rugged Pistons team who had won 6 Eastern Conference Finals. Maybe Manu Ginobili was the MVP of that series, by the way. And in 2007, the younger guys had grown up. We beat the Cavs 4-0, and that was LeBron James just putting on a show to get into the Eastern Conference Finals, beating that same Detroit team.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, guys, we see new players coming into prominence for the San Antonio Spurs. Now, Greg Popovich gives his veterans credit for accepting it gracefully and helping the young guys be successful. He says it's a tribute to their character and awareness. Kevin?
They certainly have established a great culture in San Antonio. Really something. DA, thank you. Mills can't hit.
You can't miss those kind of looks. The defense seems to be a little nonplussed so far in this one, but he flat out missed it.
Kicks it out to Jones. Back to Gibson. Okogie. A miss that time. Would have put him up.
He sunk that 3 in the first, but's yet to make another one.
Walker finds Mills. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. 6 on the shot clock. Bellinelli with the three. Finds the hole for the second time from the floor. Now 2 for 5.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Nunley passes to Tolliver. Here's Nunley. Jones in the post, covered by Mills. Talk about what it means to be a good teammate, Brent. You've played with good ones. You've played with bad ones. I've always thought you were team first when you play.
Well, I appreciate that, Kevin. There's just an idea about what it is that you can contribute to the team. I think you always have to accentuate those ideals. Your approach on a daily basis has to be consistent. And if you're a starting player, it's one mentality. And if you're somebody that plays off the bench, you have to come to practice every day to push the guy that's in front of you and wait for your opportunity. But most of the time, it's that kind of consistency with which you come to work and the attitude of making sure that I want to make any kind of contribution I can for our team's success. That usually is a pretty good formula for a good teammate.
Looking at who's out there now for the Spurs. Chris Middleton's checked in for Bellinelli. Bryn Forbes comes in for Walker. Eric Bledsoe is subbed in for Patty Mills. And so Jones nails both of them.
Well, they depend on him to score, and that doesn't mean just from the field. Sometimes it comes from the charity stripe.
Bledsoe kicks to Middleton. Passes it to Pirtle. Here's Bertans, defended by Gibson. From deep. Here's Pirtle, and that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
And, Kevin, they've dialed up their activity this quarter. We're seeing them convert a lot of those second chance opportunities.
Jones finds Wiggins. Now here's Butler. Tight defense on him. Middleton against Wiggins. Another miss by Minnesota. Spurs leading by 3. Here's Bertans. And a great assist by Bledsoe as that one goes in. Bertans got his second bucket.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Shots good by Butler.
And it's really easy to appreciate Butler. I mean, especially how he just fends off contact on those difficult attempts. Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
He rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish. Jones against Bledsoe. Here's Butler. Buries it down low. Butler's got 4 points in the quarter.
Butler's just so skilled at finding ways to score inside. He utilizes his height and strength well and varies that release point.
Pirtle, the pass to Bertans. Kicks it down to Middleton. Jacks up a 3. It's hauled in by Tolliver. Tolliver's got 4 rebounds in this game. And that's a foul called on Davis Bertans. That's foul number 2 for him.
Well, there are good fouls, and then there's those fouls. That's not a good one. Limits himself on defense, and he can't nearly be as physical for the rest of the period.
Teague's checked in for the Timberwolves. To the middle. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. Wiggins surveying the floor. The layup off target. San Antonio leading by 3. Down low. The feed now to Bledsoe. Wiggins against Middleton. Now here is Pirtle. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Bertans for 3. That shot no good. And Minnesota will come the other way. Outside Butler. Pass to Teague. Outside Butler. There's the pass to Wiggins. Bledsoe with it. 17 points for him last game against the Magic in Orlando.
And guys, what impressed me most was his passing. He constantly looked for the open man and found guys in great spots.
5 to shoot. Bertans' shot is good. Bertans got 8 points.
Right now they're winning because of him. Love the shots that he's taking, and he's got the green light.
Teague with the ball. Eric Bledsoe covering. Here's Wiggins, and once again off the mark by Minnesota.
This just doesn't seem to be his night, or his team's for that matter either. And they got to pull it together here quick, or it's going to be lights out.
And stolen by Jeff Teague. Fires from the wing. Shot is good, and the Spurs lead is cut down to just 3 in the basket from Butler.
Yeah, his shooting has been on target here in the second frame after not being able to get anything going in the first.
Here's Pirtle. Pass to Bertans. 3 on the clock. Tries it from the top of the key. Wiggins with the rebound. Timberwolves trail by 3.
Andrew Wiggins, the #1 overall pick back in 14. Great bloodlines, the son of pro athletes. The game just seems to come easy to him.
He just can't find the bottom of the net right now. He's looking frustrated. This quarter has been a bit of a nightmare for him.
Middleton on the wing, covered by Wiggins. Middleton against Wiggins. Wiggins with the block, and he's able to get it back. And so it's Wiggins with it. He'll bring it up for the Timberwolves. Stolen by Bledsoe. Here's Forbes. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. You know, Greg, the game comes so easy to Wiggins, but some say he needs to be more assertive, more aggressive. Do you see that?
I mean, high expectations for a player that was taken first overall. The length and athleticism should enable him to impact the game in so many ways, but, you know, his motor doesn't always rev high enough to take advantage.
He misses the free throw. And the Spurs with some changes. Gasol comes in for Davis Bertans. And DeMar DeRozan subbed in for Chris Middleton. The Timberwolves also changing it up. Gorgie Dangs checked in for Tolliver. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for Andrew Wiggins. And the second free throw, good. Timberwolves trail by 4. T kicks to Butler. Count that as his 4th basket of the night. Just 7 shots to get there.
You know, he didn't score the ball much in the first quarter, but he has been really, really solid during the second quarter. I expect a big game from him now.
Here's DeRozan. He can't hit that time. Some solid defense from Butler. Over in the corner, Rose. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
A brief check now of the stats for Bledsoe. How last month turned out for him? 10th in assists. And he's in the top 20 in steals, bringing that focus and intensity at both ends.
And his floor awareness is undeniable. As you pointed out, top 10 in assists. And he's great at drawing the defense and making the perfect pass in stride. And the call will be against Jeff Teague. That is his first foul of the game. Bledsoe looking it over. He kicks to DeRozan. Here's Gasol. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And the Timberwolves with possession here. Minnesota's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. And here is Teague outside Butler. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. Rose against Bledsoe. Eric Bledsoe, Greg, one of the league's best slashers.
Yeah, he gets to the rim with regularity, and he finishes at a high rate, lives at the line. He is a nightmare in the open court.
And Eric Bledsoe, a player who many thought might be a great fit in Milwaukee, but that wasn't the case.
And I'm not sure if it was a play style issue or something else. Fact is, they moved him in the offseason after only a half season of trying things out. Certainly one of the more surprising moves in a wild summer.
He misses the free throw.
Bledsoe, so athletic and so explosive. He just continues to get better in a lot of areas out on the floor.
He hits the second from the line.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
T kicks to Rose. To the paint, Gasol with the steal. Bledsoe against Rose. Here's Forbes, and a great assist by Bledsoe as that one goes in. Bledsoe's got 3 assists tonight. Timberwolves trail by 5. Teague deciding where to go with it. That's tipped, and so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here. And if you're wondering where the points are coming from here tonight, here's a breakdown in the scoring between the front court and back court tonight for the Timberwolves.
And it's been pretty even between the bigs and smalls here. With the game still in question, we'll see which of these guys can take another step to take over the game.
Gibson. The Timberwolves again can't hit. Spurs leading by 5. Passes to Gasol. Bledsoe with it. And Rose picks him up defensively. And it's DeRozan missing. The Timberwolves shooting 33% in the second quarter. The offense has looked crossed up and confused at times. Outside Teague. Kicks it to Butler. 5 to shoot. Back to Teague. From deep. Rebounded by the Spurs. Gasol's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Here is Forbes. Dishes to Bledsoe. Pass to DeRozan. Over Butler. And the basket by DeRozan. DeRozan's got his first basket of the night.
This is the kind of guy that you wake up in a cold sweat the night before you play him. Just a matchup nightmare. Tricky, confident, and he takes on all comers.
Timeout called, first of the game for Minnesota. Pau Gasol, not the same player Brent he once was, but he still knows how to get the job done.
Yeah, 2001 is when it is that Pau Gasol came into the NBA as a very slightly built Spaniard for the Memphis Grizzlies, but the skill was on display from the very start. He's had a Hall of Fame career, a 2-time champion, and one of the best and most skilled players to play that position in the last 20 years.
Walker's checked in for the Spurs. Mills comes in for Eric Bledsoe. The pass to Nunley. And that one off the back of the rim and in. He's got 9.
Well, he made some kind of adjustment to his game after a poor first half. He's been impressive shooting the ball during the second.
Inside, Pirtle. Good. And it's DeRozan picking up the assists. Pirtle's got 4 points in the quarter.
Astonishing body control by Pirtle, just taking the hit head on and finishing through it all.
Right side Rose. Back to Gibson. Pass to Chang. Outside Rose. No good on the 3. San Antonio leading by 7. Passes it to Mills. Now DeRozan is coming off an unbelievably high-scoring game. From deep. And so it's the San Antonio Spurs heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. Their defense has been terrific in this game. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Chris Middleton. Chris, a big effort from you guys in the first half. How do you keep that momentum going?
Come out with energy, just try to keep pushing the ball and get stops.
We know that's Coach's emphasis, Chris. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to you, I guess.
And you.
Not you.
Not him?
You.
Oh, her, for sure.
Them.
Yes.
This is Ernie Johnson. That's Kenny, that's Shaq. You're watching the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. San Antonio did not hesitate to set the pace. At one point, they had a 9-point lead fueled by some entertaining defensive and offensive plays. Playing comfortably, they strolled through the rest of quarter one, leading by 12 points. Then the tide shifted their way in a big way in quarter two as they were much more focused and playing well on both ends of the floor, able to end up with a solid 7-point lead at the half. And Shaq, what are your thoughts on how San Antonio played?
I like their commitment to that inside game, boy. Get it inside to the post. Got to be scoring in the post, splashing to the basket. Just shoot the high percentage shot. No jumpers, no threes. They're being a more aggressive team, the more physical team. They're definitely going to win this game, Ernie.
Kenny, let's get your insight on the Timberwolves.
To me, they looked out of sync shooting the basketball. Under 40% for the first half. Some of it was poor shot selection, but mostly it just looked like they were out of rhythm. For the second half, they need to push more for buckets in transition. Get to the foul line a little bit more. Try to get back in the flow.
And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
We welcome you back to San Antonio. Always so much to do along the Riverwalk, which this bridge spans, such a vibrant part of the city. And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. And so it's Teague with it. He'll bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. 7-point differential. And so in the game for the Timberwolves, Butler teams with Wiggins as the deadly wing duo. Gorgie Dang is out there with Taj Gibson. And it's Teague in at the 1. And so the ball's out of bounds. Middleton touched it last. Butler against Bledsoe. Just 4 to shoot. Knocked away. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. And a look now at the San Antonio Spurs' upcoming schedule. On Saturday, they'll be taking on Clint Capella and the Houston Rockets. And then on Wednesday, they'll be matching up with Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets.
And Kevin, I think you have to look at this as an opportunity to take a step forward. Sometimes tough road trips can bring the best out of a team and bring you closer together.
Middleton finds DeRozan. Over Butler. Hits the front of the rim and out. Timberwolves trail by 7. To the inside. Kicks it out to Wiggins. Bledsoe against T. There's the dish to Butler. Gibson. Ball's knocked loose. Spurs leading by 7. For 3, Middleton nailed from three-point land. Middleton's got the first points to start out the third quarter for the Spurs. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
In the corner, Gibson with it. Back to Wiggins. And Wiggins throws it down hard.
Oh, forget about going for the long-range bomb to cut into that lead. Just take it to the hoop, my friend.
And how? Brilliant throwdown. That instant replay brought to you by Under Armour Hover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive the unleashing of chaos that time. Here's Bertans, defended by Gibson. Now here's Teague from past the arc. DeRozan with the rebound.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
Inside, here's Gasol. Good. And it's DeRozan picking up the assists. DeRozan's got 3 assists now in this one. Timberwolves trail by 10. Outside Butler. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. In it goes for the 5th time and 10 shots for him this game.
He has the ideal attitude you want in a swingman. But Butler gets in a good position, taking on the D, and just winning that battle.
Bledsoe passes to Gasol. Back to Bledsoe. And the miss, not the best shot selection there. Timberwolves have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Teague dishes to Butler. And DeRozan sends it back. And a fast break now for the Spurs. From 18 feet away. Bucket is good. And the Spurs lead by 10.
And where's the fight defensively? I mean, you know you need stops to stop the bleeding.
Yeah, down by double digits, failing to shut down the lane. It has been a rough night.
Minnesota calls timeout. And last summer, after 9 terrific seasons in Toronto, DeMar DeRozan traded to San Antonio.
And guys, you have to feel for the sudden change for DeRozan. Gave Toronto some of their best years. At the same time, happy that DeRozan has gone to an organization that has proven success over the years.
Bellinelli, he's checked in for the Spurs. The Timberwolves also changing it up. Tolliver comes in for Taj Gibson. And Jones subbed in for Teague. Jones against Bledsoe. Pass to Bertans. He kicks to Gasol. Back to Bertans. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. Gasol's got his 3rd assist on the night.
Well, in this day and age, big men shoot more and more three-pointers, and he's fully capable of a triple.
Here's Jones. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Jones has got 4 points in the quarter.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Bledsoe kicks to Middleton. And there's the pass to Gasol. Pass to Bertans. Just 5 to shoot. That one falls through. It's his 6th make from the floor this game. Now 6 for 10.
And you can see it. They're in a nice rhythm in terms of shooting. It's been that way the entire second half.
And then there's the other team. Can't say that about them. Big gap in the recent field goal percentage between these two squads.
And he has been running circles around the defense, and it's a different playing field now with Butler being on.
Bledsoe kicks to Bertans. Middleton against Wiggins. Butler feeling it out a bit. That one doesn't drop. So the Spurs will take it the other way. They've led by as many as 11 points. No good from Bledsoe.
Yeah, and something we always talk about, though, shot selection.
Well, being aggressive is one thing, but aggression with control is another, and you need both elements working together.
Wiggins against Middleton. 6 to shoot. Now here's Wiggins. Tight defense on him. Set it up with the fake, but it's offline. Butler against Bellinelli. It's stolen by Jones. Excellent D there from Bledsoe.
Ooh, the D did just enough to keep him from scoring. Thought that was in for sure.
Timberwolves trail by 8. On the wing, Wiggins drills it from outside. Wiggins has got 12.
Wow, something's brewing, guys. The three-pointers just continue to flow.
Bledsoe kicks to Middleton. Passes to Gasol. Here's Bertans. Three-pointer. But they'll get another chance. Pass to Bellinelli. There's the pass to Bertans. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Right side Gasol. Over Jang. Again, the miss by the Spurs.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Jones kicks to Zhang. He dishes it to Wiggins. Bellinelli pulls it in. Spurs leading by 5. A shot by Middleton, wide open. Another miss, and they desperately need a bucket. And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. And the Spurs pushing it up now. Bellinelli finds Bledsoe. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over. He's got 8.
And Bledsoe loving to take on this challenge here, not fearing getting hit on the way up.
And the Timberwolves call time here. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
Yeah, he plays with a bit of a sixth sense around the offensive glass. Perfect position for the easy tip-in.
Bellinelli with it. He has 5. Kicks to Mills. To the paint. Here's Pirtle. And the dunk by Pirtle.
And if you're going to foul Pirtle, you have to make sure you really whack him. He's remarkable about finishing through the contact.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
One shot, find the lanes.
The free throw drops for Pirtle.
And Pirtle is a massive guy, someone that uses his height exceptionally well to get high-quality looks at the bucket.
Dishes it to Jang. Okogie. Bellinelli is covering. With the floater, and the layup is up and in.
And it's all about the release when you shoot the floater.
Spurs leading by 6. Walker the pass to Pirtle. And Bellinelli kicks to Pirtle. And here's Mills. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. Back to Pirtle. Middleton left side. Can't connect from 14 feet out.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
Jang with the ball. Now guarded by Pirtle. Jones, no luck.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
And the foul on Derrick Rose. That'll be his second foul of the game. The Timberwolves making a switch here. Gibson's checked in. Pass to Middleton. He feeds it to Pirtle. And Gorgui Dieng is going to pick up the foul. And that'll be his third foul so far. And Walker kicks to Mills. Passes it to Bellinelli. Clock at 6. And here's Mills. Lets the 3 fly. He can't get that one to fall. Inside, Okogie. Lays it up and banks it in. 11 points in the game.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Pass to Bellinelli. Now here is Pirtle. Jang defending. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. Timberwolves trail by 4. Rose looking around. A floater. And Pirtle pulls it down. Pirtle's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Outside, Walker. Pirtle, the pass to Mills. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. The one thing when you watch Patty Mills play, Brent, he is great at anticipating what is about to happen.
Well, it's obviously most noticeable when he's off the ball. A good sense of when to slip a screen or change pace a little bit to get some space. Very natural sense of spacing the floor and being set up for the three-point shot.
And he knocks down the first one.
Really a great free throw shooter. It's unfortunate Mills gets to the line infrequently, partly because of the minutes.
The Spurs making a switch here. DeRozan's checked in. Jeff Teague, he's checked in for Minnesota. And both free throws good for Mills. We've got 1:28 left in the third quarter of the game. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
There's the pass to Gibson. There's the dish to T. Minnesota needs to get off a shot here. Okogie. That 3 off target. Had some space there after the little pump fake. To the middle and stolen by Jeff Teague. And so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here. There's 57 seconds left to play in the third. Pass to Gibson. Outside Rose. Back to Gibson. And the layup's good off the glass.
Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
And Walker kicks to Pirtle. Right wing. And here's Mills from the arc. Good on the three-point shot. Mills has got 10 points.
For all the strides he's made in other parts of his game, Mills remains at his heart a dead-eye three-point shooter.
Outside Teague. 17 seconds left to play here in the third. 5 on the clock. And here's Rose outside. Rebounded by the Spurs. They've led by as many as 11 points. Mills, that's a 2-pointer. And so it's San Antonio heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. Back to the action after this word. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
That's what great passing will do for you right there, dissecting the defense with that play.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Spurs leading by 7. We've got Mills. Chris Middleton is out there with Pirtle. Then it's DeRozan. And it's Forbes in at the 2. That's the San Antonio 5. Here's the floater, and it's good on the way-in. Mills has got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for the Spurs. Rose finds Teague. Pass to Wiggins. Rebound, San Antonio. Pirtle's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. To the left wing. Outside DeRozan. Pass to Pirtle. He kicks it to Forbes. And a miss there on the triple. Timberwolves trail by 9. Okogie. No good on the triple.
One made three formed for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see.
Shot's good by Middleton.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
Yeah, when your opponent's down and frustrated, this is when you could turn it up.
Right side Teague. Ball's knocked loose. Mills with the steal. Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. Forbes the pass to Mills. And the three off target. Minnesota shooting 39% from the floor. Not their best. Teague dishes to Rose. Okogie. And so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here. A different look now for San Antonio. Pau Gasol has checked in for Pirtle. Bertans comes in for Chris Middleton. And Eric Bledsoe subbed in for Patty Mills. And a change for the Timberwolves. Zhang's checked in. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. 6 to shoot. Here's Wiggins. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side.
And there's one thing that's never been in question about Wiggins, his ability to be a high-volume scorer. And in case you needed a reminder, he's giving you one tonight.
Gasol kicks to Bertans. Back to Gasol. And stolen by Zhang. Here's Wiggins. Offensive rebound. San Antonio leading by 9. Outside DeRozan. Bertans passes to Forbes. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. No good from Bledsoe. And so it's Wiggins with it. He'll bring it up for Minnesota. Teague left side. Just 5 on the clock. Over in the corner, Rose. Over Bledsoe. And the shot is good. The Spurs lead has been cut to just 7 points in the basket from Derrick Rose.
And great elevation on that shot from Rose. When his jumper is falling, he becomes a nightmare to defend.
Inside. Here's Gasol. And he banks in the layup. And the Spurs lead by 9.
Cannot give players that kind of positioning, and the defense also late in trying to alter that shot.
Forbes the pass to Bledsoe. It's stolen by Teague. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Teague's got the ball. Here's Wiggins, and that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague. 16 points for Andrew Wiggins.
He has a very well-rounded offensive game. There's just no shortage of ways Wiggins has to punish an opponent, inside, outside, or otherwise.
Here's Gasol. Andrew Wiggins grabs the board. Wiggins has got his 7th rebound here tonight. Here's the 3. San Antonio with the rebound. Gasol's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. 3 on 3. Rose finds Teague. Back to Rose. Outside Gibson. The pass to Teague. Here's Wiggins. Pass to Gibson. Now Wiggins. His three-pointer's off the mark. The three from Bertans. Good for basket number 7 tonight on a not-so-unlucky 13 shots.
After not having a three during the first half, he's made 2 now this second half, and he looks hungry for more.
And the Timberwolves call time here. And one item that DeRozan never seems to get enough credit for is his passing, Greg. He is a terrific playmaker.
Ever since DeRozan became a perennial all-star, his passing has improved. I mean, keeps his head up even while attacking with the ball. Great awareness for where his teammates are in terms of relation to his attack after a double team.
Bellinelli, he's checked in for Bryn Forbes. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, well, let's summarize what Tom Thibodeau went over with his guys during the break. He knows his team is struggling tonight from the three-point line, so he told them to go for more quality shots inside. We're shooting way too many threes, he said. No more Hail Marys. Let's get inside to the post. Back to you guys.
Shoots from 14. Bledsoe with the defensive effort. Spurs leading by 12. Outside DeRozan. He dishes it to Bledsoe. Back to DeRozan. Kicks it to Gasol. Takes the 13-footer. Good. And it's DeRozan picking up the assist. DeRozan's got his 5th assist in this one. Timberwolves trail by 14. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
And Bledsoe, here we go. And that one, good.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Butler kicks to Zhang. Dishes it to Rose to stop the run. And DeMar DeRozan pulls it down.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Down low, Gasol passes to Bledsoe. Outside DeRozan. Passes it to Gasol. To the left side wing. The three from Bertans. Rebound by Zhang. Zhang's got 7 rebounds in the game. They get the rebound. He gets it in there. 15 points for Jimmy Butler.
And Butler just has it all. Likes catching the D by surprise with that silky smooth floater.
Bledsoe kicks to Bertans. Gasol's in the post. He's against Zhang. Pass to Bertans. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. One team owner proposed that we should abolish the draft and have free agency for rookies, maybe giving lesser teams a bigger pool of money to spend. Just some of the ideas that these teams are in the league is throwing out there.
Well, that's an interesting idea. The one that I heard about last summer was in Houston trying to flip-flop free agency and the draft so that all of a sudden what you can do is draft players after it is that you've made all your free agent acquisitions, so you could draft positionally. You know you're set up for your team next year. And the more I've thought about that, Kevin, coming into the season, the more I like it. So we'll see what kind of traction that gets.
Teague is checked in for Minnesota. Minnesota on D. They trail by 14. Bledsoe outside. Shot clock at 5. He kicks it to Bellinelli. A putback. Gasol's in the post. Covered by Wiggins. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. Butler up top. Bellinelli is covering. Outside Teague. Butler against Bellinelli. He had to fade back on that one, but still got it to go. 17 points for Butler.
And this is Butler's bread and butter. The mid-range J is on point. Got to D him up better than that.
Outside Gasol. And Gorgie Zhang is going to pick up the foul. That's his 4th foul of the contest. And the Spurs with possession here. At one point, they led by 16.
And with the lead in hand, they should not be settling for jump shots.
Gasol with another miss. Here's Teague. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Now, hard to match up with Jeff Teague because he's very adept at drawing contact.
At the line for Timberwolves, Jeff Teague, 2 shots.
Two shots.
Free throw good, Teague. And so Teague gets 2 free throws. Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over.
Yeah, it's a good time to talk things over. Try to stop what's been a brutal run.
Yeah, he's got to use every device at his disposal at this point, and I think he wants to give other guys a breather right now.
And now a chance to check out some of the tremendous play tonight from our Jordan Player of the Game.
And his shooting percentage reflects just how efficient he's been. It's better than 50%, always a sign of a solid offensive performance. But his movement and his shot selection have also both been tremendous.
And it's Bledsoe with the ball for the San Antonio Spurs. 10-point lead. Gasol looking around. The pass to Bertans. Feeds it to Bledsoe. From down in the low post, it goes. Bledsoe's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Bledsoe showing some faith in the floater.
Bellinelli against Butler. Pass to Teague. Clock at 4. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Chris Middleton. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul.
Butler against Bellinelli. Kicks it out to Wiggins. 5 on the clock. Blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup. San Antonio with the ball. It's a 10-point game. Here's Gasol, and a great assist by Bledsoe as that one goes in. 14 points for Pau Gasol. Minnesota's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. That's a 2 from Butler. Bledsoe with the rebound.
And that's really a function of the offense not working as it should.
Yeah, maybe lazy play calling or just going through the motions on that possession. This often leads to a bad shot.
Timberwolves trail by 15. Teague finds Wiggins. To the middle. Here's Jang. And finished off by Jang.
Artful passing on that play, showing a real desire to set up the teammate.
San Antonio's gone a disappointing 2 of 6 on 3-point attempts here in the fourth. Bellinelli dishes to Bledsoe. Back to Bellinelli. Pass to Gasol. Over Jang. No good off the front iron. Minnesota shooting about 40% here in the fourth quarter.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for San Antonio.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Yeah, I think you're on point, Kevin. They got better looks, and that tends to lead to a better field goal percentage.
And an important milestone for them tonight as they pick up win number 10.
And they will walk out of here feeling really good about themselves today, guys. A big win over a conference foe they'd split their previous 2 games with.
Middleton against Wiggins. Bledsoe outside. And the miss, not the best shot selection there. Bellinelli against Butler. Kicks it to T. Wiggins from outside. The long distance 3 is buried. And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. Some good moments throughout this one, but they had the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way they executed on both ends of the floor, completely under control for the vast majority of the game. And whenever there was a misstep, they just didn't allow it to fester, and that's why they're going to walk away with the win.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thank you. DeMar, this team is playing well together. How are you encouraging and fostering that sense of all of you being together and playing well?
We're just making everybody comfortable. We're making each and everybody on this team comfortable. If it's jump shots, if it's attacking the basket, even if it's on the defensive end, we're just giving each other confidence every time we practice.
And it sure looks like it out there tonight, DeMar. Thanks a lot. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll do it, folks. For Brett Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew. We'll see you later.